If you've been watching me with the build of this briefcase, you've been seeing that I've been dealing with some beautiful colors. Dark green English bridal leather with a red leather lining and a yellow stitching, and I think the colors are phenomenal. This has got to be one of the most beautiful bags I've built. I think just because of the colors, the enormous size of it, and everything. Here it is. It's all finished, and I'm about to reveal it, to show it to you. So there it is. This is the new Tycho briefcase. It is a big briefcase. This is specifically made to be thicker than my normal briefcases, which are pretty thick and somewhat heavy. It depends on the lining. But this one, the customer wanted it big, thick, and heavy to last, to be structured like this. This is going to stay like this. When you bring this around, it stays structured. Just because I've used thick English bridal leather, thicker than normal, and also thick lining. The veg tan lining that I use is thicker. Usually, when we line the bags with suede or leather, we get thin lining. Just because it's easy to work with, it's easy to hand sew, and plus it's lighter. This customer wanted it to be rigid and thick. And here it is. I think it came out beautiful. The yellow stitching really highlights the edges and straps, and then you got the solid brass hardware. Is beautiful. We put his name tag right here. The handle, normally my normal handles are 1 inch in width and 4 inches in length. This is 6 by 1.5. The whole spine is 1.5. These are normally small. These are 1 inch, normally 1 inch rings, but we went big. We're using 1.5 inch rings, and the whole spine is just 1.5 inch. It's thick, it's big, it's got a bar underneath it that keeps it solid. This thing is not going anywhere. It weighs more than a normal triple gusset briefcase. Remember, this is not double gusset. This has got 3 sections to it. So just for that fact, the briefcase would have some weight to it, but add in all the extra thickness of the leather, this has definitely got weight to it. I think this customer, like I said in previous videos, he wants to use it on a trolley car, and I built a strap specifically for this trolley car, which is going to go around like this and connect to either here or here. So we'll do something like this. Your buckle strap, depending on how big your trolley strap is, it would connect and go right here. Normally, these trolley carts, you'll have a big luggage. If you're a lawyer, you carry one of those big cases, or just normal luggage, and sometimes people would put a briefcase right on this lip. Usually, almost all of these trolley carts have this lip. You'll know what I'm talking about, and usually it'll go on it something like this, wedged in. If you tighten this up, which I didn't, you would get a tighter grip on the back. Yeah? So if you had your trolley cart, you have your luggage on the bottom, and that's how your briefcase. I think this customer is going to be using this briefcase for something like this, to put on these trolley carts when he's going around traveling. It's a big briefcase. It can obviously be held by hand, but long-term hand held, especially once you put stuff in it, it's gonna get heavy. It's a briefcase that's built to last, to withstand the environments, the office environments. I should say, it's not, you're not going to take this out to the jungles and get it all messed up. It's built to last in an office environment. This is a luxury item. So also the strap, my normal straps are usually 1 inch thick. We built this 1.5 inches with a permanently stitched shoulder pad. He specifically wanted this permanently stitched because he didn't like it riding. I normally don't permanently stitch them just so you can move them and adjust them as needed, but this customer wanted that. So it's a big briefcase with a big shoulder strap. Once you put this shoulder strap on, you're good. You're fine. You got all your stuff in there. It's nice. It's heavy. I think it's about as thick as a belt or a seat belt, a car seat belt. So yeah, that's the outside. It's worn like this. I like to wear them on my shoulder, not really crossbody, because if you're wearing a suit, I think this is the least amount of wrinkling you're going to be doing to your suit. So carried like this is fine. All right, so that's that. Also, you can also leave, obviously, the shoulder strap. The beauty about these shoulder straps, you can leave them like this, and you're carrying your briefcase with the shoulder strap hanging, but it's nice around there. You don't have to put it in. You don't have to worry about it. It hangs nicely. All right, so that's that. That's the outside. This is also lined in red veg tan leather. This green, if you want to order a briefcase like this from me, I can't build it in green. I have no more green. I had a limited amount, and this was the last of the green bridal leather that I have. I have all the colors: black, London tan, brown, chestnuts, things like that. I had a limited amount of green, blue, and red, and the green is done. But obviously you could see the style, and we could build this style. Same thing with this. This is the trolley cart strap. It'll connect to here. You got your buckle to adjust, and you're fine with that. So outside, no newspaper pocket. So here's my Marcellino latches, and this is the Hampton combination clock lock. These work. You're just gonna lift these up, push down the button, and these come off. These are removable. You don't normally need them. I include them just in case. A bag like this that's so stiff, I wouldn't even use them. But I'm including them just in case. Maybe down the road, 10, 20 years, it softens up. And if this just gets softened, you might find that these latches might rattle like that. So you put these loops just to prevent the rattling like that. But like I said, this bag is so stiff, you really don't get any rattling on this. Usually you get the rattling on the veg tan leather bags that are made with the latch. So like I said, Marcellino latches, Hampton combination lock. I spoke a lot about this lock. It's a beautiful lock, one of the best locks made in the world. It's made almost like a lock, the internal parts. So that's that. Inside, beautiful, beautiful. Look at the way the color just pops and the yellow stitching. You got the red veg tan leather just opens up the briefcase. And you have a briefcase that's like this, and it's fine. You open this up, you just get this green and red, this beautiful color on it. Here's the 3 compartments. If you really want to get a better look of the compartments inside, I'll have still shots of this really close up with light shining inside so you could see. But here you get an idea. Here's your middle divider line. You got your edges, the leather lined as well. I had to tell you, I hand stitched this bag, and this bag was tough to stitch because of the thickness of the leather. It was really tough to hand stitch. But here you have your middle divider. It's 1 inch. Put your laptop, whatever device you want to protect. That's what it's made for. And then you got your 2 sections, 2-inch double sections with the other small pockets. You got rings on the side for key holders. And instead of putting the newspaper pocket outside, he wanted it inside. You could slip a nice iPad in there or whatever. So yeah, fully lined, beautiful, feels great. When you're feeling these edges and the leather itself, it's incredible. Here, he specifically wanted me to inscribe just a note to him, because he knows it's a bespoke briefcase, and he just wanted to date it and make sure that people know that I guess I made it, I signed it. He wanted me to do it this way. I normally don't scratch into the leather. It's out of the way, it's not a big deal. I also include a card to to authenticate the briefcase. So if when you get a briefcase like this, you'll have a handwritten card describing the leather when it was made. In case down the road you ever wanted to resell it, you'll have a way to authenticate this. Plus, I posted this on my Facebook profile, so that's another way. That's a good way to authenticate it. Now back on the briefcase, you got a bar to keep this nice and stable. And like I said, you got the rings on the side. Normally I don't put the rings on here and here, but these were a last minute addition, so I put them, normally I'll put them on the middle divider. So yeah, so they wouldn't be, but it's fine, it looks good. You got some stitching over here that I did in green. Looks fine, blends into it. Plus the inside. I love the way this inside looks, the way it came out, and just the feel of these edges that are leather wrapped. So yeah, so that's that. Beautiful bag, beautiful colors. I just love it. Also, here's the key, I guess the combination key ring to help you. Normally these locks are fine, you could just adjust it by hand, but I include this little key ring to help to adjust it. If you look at other videos that I made specifically on this lock, you'll see how it's used, how it's set, and all that. So finally, I also included two key holders made in the matching red leather to go with there. You'll be able to connect the keys on either side. So that's the bag. I hope you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed making this bag. I like when I make new briefcases, especially the custom ones that I work closely with my customers. I love building stuff like that. I worked really close with this customer. We were on FaceTime, emails, telephone calls, texting, and it's all great just to perfect it. I think some of my best work has been made that way throughout the years when I work closely to my customers, when they bring me, whether it's a component, a lining that they want to line the bag with, or a particular lock that they want to use. I love working like that. I don't know how long I'll be able to work like that because it is time consuming and there is a lot of thought and effort involved, but for now I'm doing my best work like that. The stuff that you see on my website has been produced in sort of a collaboration between me and the client. And yeah, so here's a briefcase. It's going to be called the new style on the Tycho Brahe line.